Hey, everybody. Hello. Do you hear that? I think I did it. Where's my wood to knock on? Clunk, 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 clunk. Hey, everybody. It's Brenda Schwader. I'm here coming live to you from Sahuarita Casita in Sahuarita, Arizona. This is my casita where I do my thing from. So good to see everybody. I am going to just say hello. I'm going to see who's popping on by. Look what's going on outside there. It's a beautiful day here. I hope you guys are having a great day and everything is as back to normal as possible. My mama got her second vaccination. I know everyone's sort of reporting in. I got my second, I got my first, I got my appointment, blah, 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 blah. So counting on this. Hi, Mary Burns. Hello, hello. Good to see you. So for those of you who had your ears totally messed up by my broadcast the last 2 weeks, the culprit, once I got my tech guy, aka my husband Jim, in here, was the fact that my splitter was just bad. $8 splitter on Amazon. Can't be trusted, no, nothing. So hi, Joanne, nice to have you here. Thanks for joining. So you never know. You gotta look at every little thing, and that's so much. That is what my husband is best at. Okay, well, if it's this, no, rule that one out. Go into this, no, rule that one out. I'm like, well, I already did that. I already checked that. The artistic woman in me. Anyway, so good to be back with you guys. Have a really awesome. I know. Hi, Debbie. Debbie's here. Clarice is here. Hello, my loves. Good to have you guys here. So I wanted to. I'm just going to post a little bit here in case you guys aren't already signed up for my blog. That's where you're going to get a lot of the found object stuff that I'm doing, and I got a little sneak peek for you. I'm going to be doing a IGTV probably tomorrow. We'll see what the day holds. I hate to be too precise on when things are going to happen because, after all, I'm the one doing it. It's me. So please do sign up if you haven't already registered. I would love to have you just share like 2 or 3 times a week. I used to share daily, but I think it just got to be a little bit too much for you and for me, to be honest. And I've started a new feature. So tomorrow's blog, we're going to be talking a little bit about this old adobe house. I'm pointing over there because the house is there, and the casita is here. For those of you who don't know what a casita is, it's just like a little separate building. You can have like a guest quarters, a guest house, or mother-in-law suite, father-in-law suite. Oh, Mary, you're so sweet. And as Mary sometimes does, you can reply to it. So it's just like if you have a thought or something, just please do share. It's not like a blog where I have all kinds of comments and stuff going down like that. It's an e-blog, but it's just kind of fun to be able to keep track of you guys and let you know what's going on. Because sometimes this format, I don't want to like have too many things that you have to listen to, and then you don't get the tutorial, right? So that's what's going on there. Before I forget, I'm going to go into my links here, and I am going to, let's see here, grab these links for today's, copy that and put that down again. Copy that and put that into the comments as well. We're a little bit premature here, but I'm going to post these, and they should all come up. So since John Bead is first and foremost a manufacturer, distributor, wholesaler, and they don't sell direct to the public, so I set up a little bit of a craft shop through Amazon. It's not an Amazon direct thing. It's the craft shop through Amazon. So go ahead and grab those things here. What we'll be doing today is all of the freshwater pearls from Earth Jewels are going to be on there, guys. But these are the ones that we're going to be working with today. I'm working with the 9mm and the 4.5mm. Yep. That's them. I didn't want to rely on my my thing. Plus, all of the 18 gauge wire is on there, except for the lilac, I believe, which is one of the ones we're going to be working with today. So we're going to be working with 18 gauge aluminum, you guys. If I haven't said this before, you guys are smart. You know that you don't necessarily have to work with aluminum. I'm absolutely loving aluminum lately, and I really want to you know, feature this stuff because it is so cool with all of these saturated colors. So let's go ahead and bring that on up here, and I can show you what's going on down in there. We can even go to this one right here so you can see a little bit more. So we've got this color here, which I believe is my rose color. Yep. Rose right there. So gorgeous. But I was thinking today that we could even work with possibly, you know, some lilac. I wrote all these on there, or some purple, you know, something like that. And I did these to show you what I'm talking about when I say innie and outie. So you can do these little wire structures a couple different ways. I'm calling this the innie because all the little loops are toward the inside, and these are the outie. I know Mary's already, Mary, I spied that you already have your template, and those guys are on www.etsy.com. No, that's wrong. Don't believe me. There you go. www.brendaschwader.etsy.com. That's my Etsy site, and you'll see all of those things up there, as well as the pattern templates. Okay. If you are Now That's a Jig person, you can use this one with the jig in the background. If you aren't, go ahead and use this as your pattern template. And those are free. At this particular, let's see, can I get rid of that one? Yep, free templates at Beads Projects and PDFs from John Bead Facebook group. That is so darn cool, all of that free material, and it's right here. So you have all of the different ones. These are kind of, I always think like this is kind of a little bit indicative of the level of the project, is how many steps in the directions. But this one's a little futzy, only because we're working with pearls. Pearls are, as you probably know, notorious for having little tiny holes. Now, I will say that I was pretty happy with the size of these holes in the Earth Jewel stuff, but it's still not something that we can pass needles through, at least needles that contain this kind of thread, which we just kind of like split some Irish wax linen. But I'm getting I'm getting ahead of myself. Also, I just want to let you know, if you can't find something you need from John Bead or something I'm talking about, oftentimes, especially the tools, those aren't in the craft shop. So go ahead and go to info@johnbead.com. They can help you out, find you something, help you source something. Lots of good people over there. Mwah, mwah. Love my John Beads. John Beaders, John Bead employees. All you guys over there. And I got this fancy. I've never done a manicure like this before. We've got 5 different colors. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My manicurist, she's so good. So you'll be seeing that for the next 2 weeks. Aren't you lucky? All righty, let's see here. Lynn DeFrank is here. Hello, my love. Thanks for coming on. And Danielle Marie Wicks is here. My cohort from John Bead. If you guys don't already know about Danielle, beautiful stitching projects. And you can see her teaching on Michaels as well. And those are on Friday. Danielle helped me out. I think it's like 4 p.m., but I'm not sure. I think that's 4 p.m. Mountain, but you'll let us know in the comments if you will. Mwah. So nice to see you here today. So A little bit of maintenance. I know I'm all over the place, but why would you expect anything different from me? Let's go here so I'm not kind of buried under my own logo. And so what I wanted to tell you, let's go back to here, is that I am pretty sure we have a date for the Beads of Courage auction, guys. So those of you who are new to the show, we had 3 different sessions of jewelry making and all these contributions. We had different themes, and we're at the end of this 3rd segment here, and this is the D-Stash segment. Again, I don't know if you are participating, if you have already gotten something from my Etsy shop. There's still time if you're really quick to kind of get in there and get some goodies. Otherwise, just use your own darn D-Stash items as well. And so that auction is going to be with whatever's left of the Tucson Gem Show rescheduled to April, which I have now figured out AGTA and at least GJX, I think, they've just said we're not doing it this year. We're going to go on to 2020, 2022, but not everyone. So I'm going to be participating. I hope you guys will join me, and we're going to go see just what's going on down there. I get it. There's not a whole lot of people that are still wanting to be traveling, especially with such an international, group of people participating. So that's that. But so the first week we're still going to be doing this auction. The first week in April, it's coming up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just thought that this morning when I was doing my morning pages. I said, oh my God, we are in March for sure. So it's going to be an online auction, and my love, Deb Floros, is going to be helping me. We're going to be photographing everything beautifully, finishing up some things that just came in as components, and we're going to be kind of like making those into a little bit of jewelry pieces, I think. A little bit of change of plans in there, but please do participate. You know that I'm going to be harping on this, promoting, not harping, for a while. So we hope you can join us on that. Also, I always put these pictures in here to remind me of what I'm going to be talking about, because, lists, you still have to read them. I have this announcement that I made in my blog. You guys, isn't this cool? So I've invited people to riff or respond to the pieces that I've made. And you guys, I've shown this one for a long time. This one's called Swan Along, and it is a Memento Mori kaleidoscope. The lovely Stacy Ann Swider has Swider, say that 6 times fast. She has responded to my kaleidoscope piece with this beautiful painting of hers. She is so awesome. Please look her up on Instagram under Stacy Swider, and you will see this is so cool how this has gone together. Another one was a piece, and I'm just kind of giving you a few little should I go over here? A few little tidbits here, little sneak peeks. This is a piece that was done by Denise Watros, and she was the senior portrait taker for my boys back in Waukesha, Wisconsin. She does a beautiful job, but she was recently in Vegas, and I said, hey, would you want to do like an artsy piece and respond to anything? Of course, she picked the Vegas belt buckle that I did, that you guys have seen as well. So I'm so excited about this project, and you'll be seeing more about that. I hesitate to say it here because I just wear my heart on my sleeve sometimes, but what I'm going to be doing is I have talked to some of the people at Milano Jewelry Week, and I'm going to be submitting this project to them as a traveling exhibition, a digital exhibition, and hopefully it'll be starting off in Milan, and we'll see what comes of it. So keep your fingers crossed for me, and toes. Can you do that? So another piece that I just got, sorry, that I'm going to be doing this IGTV on is how this all went together. This is a rake piece. This is a child's rake, so it's not huge, but it's still pretty huge for to be wearable. But as you might already know, my stuff is not always super wearable, especially if you're not a bold person. But I'm going to be talking about how that went together. And if you already follow me on Instagram at Brenda Schwader Jewelry, all one word, you will know that I've been doing some reels and some fun stuff about how to put stuff together. Especially, here it is. Here's my love. So you can see how big this is in person. This really needed some coolness to it. I want to say too much, but I made my first rare earth magnet clasp. Isn't that cool? And this baby needed a clasp, right? That was going to work. So you can kind of see how it's going to work here. It's a big piece. So, yeah, pretty darn sculptural, pretty darn big and brave and bold. So I'm pretty happy about that. Just finished that one on Monday. Hey, Terry. Hi, Facebook user. And so I think that's about it. Let me make sure that I'm not still yapping on about other things here. Oh, I just wanted to mention, you guys, save the date. You guys register for this, for the prizes for this when this comes up, and do check us out at the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group. The next big show is going to be March 19, 2021. You know that I always take that last spot on Sunday night. So do join me for that. And I'm going to be doing a riff off of the Lady Gaga brooch. And I just yesterday got some of the materials for that. So I apologize if you follow and haven't been able to get the kit yet. Monday is my goal for that. So without further ado, let's get some making done here with some wire and some pearls. Let's go back to comments and see who's all here. Big and bold for sure. That is for sure. You get the free patterns, Miss Mary Burns. Let me just go back here and answer this. So Mary's asking, where do we get the free patterns? And I'm going to show you this banner right here. This is the Facebook group, Bead Projects and PDFs from John Bead. That's a Facebook group. Just go right onto Facebook, and then they'll have, I think it's under files or something like that, but some really cool stuff. And all of Danielle's stuff is there too. Really great site. So I hope you will follow that. All right. So as you know, I've been talking about, what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to make these, right? Let's go to this demo camera right here. We're going to show you how to make these, either on jig or off jig. We're going to be working off jig today because we know that not all of you guys work on the jig. And also, one of these days, I'm going to show you what the jig is for those of you who don't know. Okay. So, and this is the one. So you can see here that the innie, this is the innie one. This is how it looks with the pearls put on. And then this is the outie. Now you don't have to use freshwater pearls. You can use, different pearls that you like. I kind of like this because, well, they're all kind of nubby and stuff, but they look like they're floating. So it's really kind of cool. All right, so let me kind of make some room here and have these at the ready. The first thing we're going to do is make another one of these guys here. And I think we're going to work with the outie. It's just going to be a little bit easier to demo with. And I'll show you a little bit of trick to that as well. So as I look onto here, we don't want that one. That's the jig one. Our first hint right here, if we look over here, inside or outside is going to use the exact same amount, but you never know. We like to do instructions for each different setup, guys. So here we know for the focal wire, I'm going to be working with an 8-inch length. Okay. Also, it'll tell you binding wire here. We're not using the wire. You could use the wire if you had a 28 gauge or 26 gauge aluminum doesn't come like that, so we're just going to be using the linen too. So you know, there's different ways to get projects done, as you guys all know. So let's start working with this one. So I'm going to be cutting an 8-inch length of wire. Let's work with the purple today because it's a little bit darker. Wait a minute. Let's work with the rose again. So this SKU, this color code is the 14, in case you guys, this is all noted on the shop, but the craft shop. Oops, here what did I want to do? This. As I'm cutting, I'm just going to find the end here. There it is. How are you guys doing? Everyone's okay? I hope. Instead of fumbling, let's go ahead and do this. All right, 8 inches. See how easily, I mean, you almost don't need a wire straightener for this aluminum wire. So cool. And I'm just gonna take I'll move things around here. I'm trying to organize myself. A little bit of a craft thing. This is more than 8 inches, but that's okay. I'm just going to start working with that. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. You guys are generally so quiet, but I want you to be able to work with me. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is probably a little bit of the hardest part, so I'm going to work with this. And this is these purple sizes right here. There's a correlating legend up here, and this is the 1/8 inch. So you know about how big you're going to be using. I'm just going to grab my round nose pliers up here and see about that. So 1/8 inch is going to be probably right around there is where we're going to be starting from. But what I want to do first is I'm going to make a nice end cut here, so that I start with a nice finished cut. Just going to lop that off and get rid of that guy in my garbage right away. Okay. So you guys, if you've been here before, you know that basically what I do is I just kind of make the shape, and then I'm going to go up and around, and I'm going to keep putting the shape that I'm making in the wire back down here to be able to match it all up. And you know, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. That's fine. The cool part is that when you're working on the jig, you will have the ability to basically have everything pretty much, I mean, it's not machined, right? So it's not going to be there. It's still of your hand. Let's see if this is pretty good. Yep, pretty good. Some nice consistency. I tell the story that, you know, when I first started working, I always thought that I would never want to work on a jig. Never say never, right? Because it would make my stuff look too machined and too boring, and I always liked the organic look of things. So never say never, because now I'm the jigger, right? There's something really cool about the consistency of the jig too. Let's see here. Hello, my friend. You guys, I promised you that I'm just going to kind of like mark this right here for my placement, and then I'm going to kind of bring it up to here, and whoops, and I'm going to go around. You know what? Let's make this, let's go back here. We don't need to be seeing me talking. Okay. So I'm just going to go right around here, and you're just basically forming a loop. And let's see how well I did that for placement. Pretty good. I can adjust this here and move it a little bit down, and I can kind of fix that one. Ended up being a little bit oval right there, but not too bad. Anyway, I digress from myself. And so basically what I want to let you know is that one of these days I'm going to give you guys the link to be able to register with StreamYard, and then I can see who you are, because right now I'll just show you Nice Facebook user. I don't know who you are because it shows up like that if you're not, you know, with StreamYard. I probably should start doing this every time we go live, especially until everyone gets the hang of it, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm sure I love you, Facebook user. Okay. Let's subscribe here. I want to make sure I'm staying on camera. And again, you know, if yours are a little bit different than this, they need to be a little bit consistent because we do have some very, you know, some 9 and 4.5 millimeter pearls that we're trying to, if you know, want this to look just like the picture. Okay, now that I move those. So that one ended up being a little bit too small, but you can see I'm pretty good here lining this up, huh? Pretty proud of myself. I need to make that one a little bit bigger, and so I'm going to get back in there. I remember when we were when I was still doing photography with books and stuff at Kalmbach, we used to call these shots like this the chicken skin hands. Oh well. I'm 58. I'm not 19 anymore. Almost 59. My birthday's coming up. Okay. So I get a couple questions like this every time I work with aluminum, is that you guys are a little bit concerned with the softness of it. It works up so nice. The other day I was starting to work with steel again, and I was like, holy cow, this stuff is hard to work. But it's just what you're used to, right? And so then I was like, wow. You know, but this stuff is pretty darn, you can see I'm still using tools without any tool magic on it. Just I'm holding, but I'm not like, you know, like holding on for dear life. And I'm just, it's really a lot more durable than you would think. Plus for earrings, wow, what else? Look at that, you guys. I'm pretty impressed with myself because I did not practice this, and I thought, oh, I should practice, but I'm not good at practicing. I'm just not. Okay, so right about here, this is going to be a quarter of an inch right up here. You wish you were still 58. I know. I always think that some of people in the 30s and 40s are like, oh, I'm getting so old. It's all relative, isn't it? And I have my beautiful mama who's 81 this year, and she sure doesn't seem like 81. Okay, so this is going to be about a quarter. I know that this particular plier, these guys, I love these handles, especially from John Bead Pro. We're working at getting those in the craft shop. I know that these are not a quarter of an inch. So if you have something else that's a quarter of an inch, you can use that. Right now, I know that this is going to be close enough. So I'm going to just kind of mark this right here, and I'm going to bring it all the way back, right? And I'm going to go here. And you can see that it's not that much different. It's almost there, but it's just a little bit different. Okay, so from here, I want this to be super, super straight. So I'm going to hold this here. I'm just going to straighten this out. Look at that. Love, love, love that. Love those straighteners, especially on this aluminum. It's like, wow. And again, if you think, I need that straightener, and you're like, I don't know where you get it. She says it's not in the craft shop yet. Just go to info@johnbead.com. So here what I'm doing is I've just got this jaunty angle, guys, right here. Hi, 67-year-old Carol. This what we're working with. Thank you for reminding me. I always forget to tell you guys this. I'm just using this chain nose right here, so I have a nice crisp edge to work with. Carol, this is 18 gauge. So aluminum only comes in 2 gauges that I know of. Well, at least that that we carry at John Bead. So, so yeah, it comes in 18 and 12, and we know that we're not going to be able to get 12 through our ears because this is a built-in ear wire right here. The cool thing about this here is that we also have a cut mark. And so I'm going to just look and see where my cut mark is. I'm going to put my thing there, and I'm just going to actually just cut it right down on there. I know that I did a little bit of a bad job on that, so I'm just going to go and grab that off again. And guys, I don't have a wire rounder yet. I think that would be the perfect thing to use for this, so I'm basically just going to show you. Just take like a, you don't want to do this too much because you're going to file off the beautiful color coding, but you also want to just deburr it and just use a little finger thing here, and look at that. We've got that all cool. You're welcome. Oh, you just registered. It was very easy. Okay, Carol, so I'm going to put you on the spot, my love. How did you just register? Did you just go to StreamYard? Was there an easy way to do it through this? Okay, so I also want to show you that 8 inches. That was pretty darn good, right? Because I just used this all up, and we only have about 1.5 inches left here, so that's pretty good. If you guys, I always like to give you a little bit more wire to start with, since we assume that everyone's a beginner. But you can always say, hey, if you're really not, especially if you're working with, finer wire, you definitely want to, not waste very much at all. All right, where did my hammer go? Where did my hammer go? I bet you it's over someplace else. I love that little hammer. So, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get that. Hi, Lena Gillespie. I have the Now That's a Hammer. Oh, here it is, not too far. It just walked a few minutes. This is because, we don't want everything to come off without a hitch, especially since we have no reverb this time, and we have a full horizontal, I'm telling you. So I just brought this, you can see I'm just being really tentative around where these overlaps are going, these 3 overlaps, but I want to get this wire flattened, and I also want to harden it so that it's going to stay in shape. Okay, pretty darn good. All right. Clicked on the link I had in my feed. Really? Awesome. Thank you, Carol. I didn't know that happened. I had an idea because I've watched other people's, it'd be nice if you could see me talking. I have been a watcher as well, and I thought it was pretty easy, but then, that was a couple months. And so, and once you're in, you're in. So, all right, so back to business. What I want to show you guys is this. So now we have this hardened ear wire finding, right? And this is going to go straight through your ear here. You can see this is the embellishment part here, and this is the part that goes through your ear. What we want to do next is we're going to start loading these pearls on. And it's a lot easier than you would think. And part of the reason is because I did it the hard way first. and now I'm going to show you the little bit easier way. We're going to come back over here to my lap shop, and what I did is I have this. Let's see if I can. We're going to split the screen here because I want to show you down here is where, where is it? Oh, duh, it's right there. So see it right here? This is where this is. And so what I've done is I've got this thing set up so that it's going to be working toward me. Here's my hands, right? I'm going to be working toward me. And I love this, this anvil because it's already got this soft stuff. I was going to get my other anvil out. This is this rubber grippies. And I thought, oh my God, this is the better one for this project anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put this in here and tighten her down. And then I have both of my hands. You know, I'm big on this. This is why I invented the jig. Now that's a jig. Because when you're working, you want both of your hands free to do stuff. Now, because the wire is not going to fit through the pearls, I love Irish wax linen, so I kind of chose, I think, this color here. But I wanted to show you, this is 4-ply. So always a workaround, right? Because the 4-ply isn't big enough to go through the smaller bead, the smaller pearls, because it needs to go through some twice. What I did was 4-ply means just that. There's 4 tiny little strands in here. So I separated it. Can you see that? Let me put it up here against the black. I'm just going to start untwisting. Wow, that's a great shot. I'm so proud of myself. And then what I do is I'm just going to take, and what I do is generally is I divide it in half, and then I divide it in half again. But you get the idea, is that basically you want to, you know, cut the amount that you want, and then you're just going to continue to unravel that. And I guess you don't really need to do half and half if you just want to grab one off of there, and maybe you need a 3-ply for something, who knows. But that's how you start to unravel that. Now, what I thought what I would do is I have done this kind of fuchsia one already. So I've got 2 lengths of 18 inch, and this is what a 1-ply looks like. So let's go back to this right here, and we have the 1-ply. That's a pretty good shot, I gotta tell you. I have really upped my live broadcast game. So I'm just gonna fold it in half. Not too long ago, I folded something in half, and then I thought, what in the world did I do? It was not in half at all. It's like, was I even thinking there? So what I want to do is I'm going to, you can see what I'm doing here, is I'm just going to tie this on at about that place, because I need this to be anchored on top. And I'm calling this a wallet stitch because generally, I don't know if you guys ever did any leather craft or anything with Tandy or whatever, or done any leather craft at all. Let's go up a little bit here. Is that you need something to anchor with, and that's kind of like exactly what you would do here. Is you'd put your leather wallet in here, you do your top stitching that way, and you kind of work back and forth with 2 needles at the same time. But because we don't have needles, I'm just basically putting that on like that. Okay, what I'm going to do, and let me just put this one here. So you can kind of see it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting these 2 on right here. Let's kind of come up here. There's a little bit of a difference with, maybe we can even put it right here with the focus, but you kind of get the idea, right? So I've got this on already, and I'm telling you, we're not going to do all of these because you guys will just absolutely go insane with watching me feed these tiny little beads into these tiny little holes. That didn't go too bad. Now, before I figured out to use a vise, I just going back and forth and confusing myself and blah, 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 blah. If you have a flatter side, you might want that to be the closest side to going, but you know, that'll get shored up into that area. Let's see here. And you can see these are going through pretty well. A lot of times I'll work with Irish wax linen and I don't use a needle just because it's already waxed. But if you get a fray or something, I've given you enough length here that you can snip it and then just use a little bit of, you know, your stitching wax, or I've got this Renaissance wax that I use for for wire. Okay. So now all I'm going to do is grab these ends, and I'm going to feed them through the opposite ways. And husband Jim is here.
Is everything working?
Everything is so beautiful. I'm just holding my breath.
How are you talking?
So everyone thanks you for your solving of the problems. Their ears are a lot better this time. So I'm trying to just get these in here. Oh. Okay, does anyone, I just have to do this little bit so you guys can see the birthday boy. At least look like you're smiling when you're wearing that thing. Were you able to clasp it?
No, my neck's too big.
Oh, you can't wear it.
Got these magnets?
Yeah. Oh, you tell them.
Did you tell them?
No.
Did you show them that there's magnets in there?
Yes, I did.
This
is my husband, everyone.
Little collar stays. You put in metal in here, and then you use the little magnet.
When you used to wear.
When I used to dress up for work.
Yeah.
I am dressed up for work now.
Yeah. He has a shirt that's not stained on.
Right. So that's it. She had big magnets, and I had little magnets. We traded.
I bought rare earth magnets from Amazon, and they came in, and they were like 1.25 inches. And I was like, no, we don't need 1.25 inches to hold a necklace on. So
she asked if by chance I had any, and I said, yeah.
Never know.
Should I let you get back to work?
Susan says hi, Jim.
What's Susan?
Susan the guider.
Oh, hi, Susan. I didn't have my glasses on. I can't find my glasses.
Oh.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. So sometimes we do get a little visit. At least this time he didn't have, what was that thing? The hazardous waste suit on.
Oh, yeah, the chum suit. I look like Breaking Bad.
Yeah, you looked like, what was his name? His code name. It wasn't Walter White. Heisenberg, yeah. Code name. Okay, so anyway, so see how nicely that works, you guys. I'm so excited that I found this easier way to do this. And especially, I mean, even if you're just doing 2, it's worth it in time to go ahead and do this. And I'm just going to do, especially with this being like a 1-ply. By the way, hi, Susan. Love you, miss you. And I'm just doing an overhand knot like that. So that you have that anchored. Okay, so now I'm going to switch back right now, and then I'm going to go to this 9 gauge, geez Louise. It's 9mm one, gauge, millimeter, inch, you know. And for this one, what I want to do is I want to put both through. And the whole idea of this, you guys, sometimes I can be a little anal, is that I like this to look like it's floating. I know, don't let Jim hear that. I said that. And so I'm liking to hide these as much as possible. So I'm going to put both through. Hold your breath. Let's see, 1, 2, go through. Oh, nice. Thank you, demo gods. And here we go. We're just going to go through, take up the slack, and place that little guy right in there. Is that not gorgeous? I'm going to knock on wood again because this is just going too well. See how that laid in there so nicely. Now, so this leads me to believe too, you guys, that if you want more room, if you have a 10mm pearl instead of a 9mm pearl, you know, just adjust the pattern up here, up there. Thank you, Carol. Waving, not saving. Mike Mines, hi, cuz. How are you doing? I saw they had that baby horse. I don't know if you're still on here, honey. Your mare that is pregnant. Did she give birth yet? Oh my goodness. So I have not met Mike. Mines is my maiden name for those of you guys. And I've not met Mike yet. I don't know if we're first cousins, second cousins, what, but nice to have you here. I love Facebook, right? Okay, so, and again, I'm just making that knot. I always want something to anchor it to, but it was easier to not on one side. So now I've got both of my things on one side. So I just need to make this one come over here first before I add more of these on. I'll just do that again because why not? It was so darn fun. And see if you guys have any questions while we're doing this. So here I can tell, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a little bit of fraying here and it looks like this is a little bit smaller. So again, though, if you have any trouble putting these through, or if you first of all, if you have a tiny, tiny irregular pearl with an irregular drill mark, see how tiny that, can you even see that? Just pick up another pearl. Or go to the other side. And whoa, come on back. Does this make you guys nervous? Or grab your fine pliers and see if that won't help you. Always a lot of ways to get around something. Unless you're a perfectionist, then there are very few. Janelda! Okay, so here we go. See that little tiny hole in there? One ply. One ply Irish wax linen. Now you could buy this in one ply, but again, all of the colors aren't in all the plies. The 4-ply has all the colors. And since we don't really care if this is a little wavy, we're just hiding this. Okay, there goes one through, there goes the other through. And I would call this shoring up. I'm just going to take up all this slack. I know Mary's going to make these. Right, Mary Burns? And you can see just because it's a loop there, I'm kind of taking advantage of that little notch in there just at the base of the loop. And it's kind of like just really kind of like using that to knot against. Super cute. Strung some pearls with 26 gauge. Okay, so I got to remember to do this. So Lois says she just strung, hi Lois, a pretty face. I just strung some pearls with 26 gauge wire yesterday to make some earrings. Not easy going through even that. Right. So, and I know, you know what, Lois, there is tinier wire, but it's like, how much do we need in our arsenals, right? How much wire? So this is kind of a nice way to go about it. Anyway, so I started saying, so basically what I was saying is that we're hiding all of this stuff. And so look how nice this is all. Just looks like these pearls are floating in here. I love this. So here we go. We're going to grab a 9mm again. I know that's going to fit in there. I'm praying. And I just took both of my ends. Can we see that? Let's see if we can see it against the white of the pearl. And I'm just going to see if I can hold my breath once more and get these both in there. Oh, you guys have been helping me. Thank you so much. This is kind of nice just to take our time, right? I'm usually a little bit nervous, but I don't know. I just feel like this one really needed us to take our time with it. Okay, so here's an example. This pearl was a little tiny bit too big, so I'm just kind of like moving this and just kind of shoving it down in there. If you aren't as much of a let's just try this and see person like I am, just kind of before you, as you pick up your pearls, just make sure that they fit in that space before you string them. Especially if you're having a hard time with the whole stringing process. Okay, again, so see what I did is I brought both of those over to one side. You have to have it go through both, but it was easier to tie it to one side, and then I'm just going to bring this one here back. cool beads. You can see a little bit of that that color. So if you don't matchy it perfectly, I kind of like having a little bit of the accent color in there too, just to kind of give a little bit of color flash. So should we do another one, guys? You do it, Janelda. Jan, I know. Cheaters, big cheaters. Remember when that shape was in that was really like sort of long and skinny? My mom, I was wearing one of her pair of glasses the other day because I forgot to bring mine to her house. And she had these old ones, and I was like, "How did you guys see through these?" Because I really didn't need glasses at that point. So, okay, let's do one more time because why not? We're having fun here, right? So let's go back to this. And you can see, look at this. I mean, it's just holding this so nicely in here, and it's not hurting it at all. So we'll do, this will be nice because I'll do another whole one, and then I'll show you how to actually finish it, and that'll be nice to see as well. So again, we're coming from both sides. We just did the anchor point through the middle so that we've got this anchored here, and we're not, the pearl is actually anchored on. So I'm going to put another couple tiny pearls on. These are the 4.5ers, 4.5ers. Let's see if we can actually do this so you can see it. And I just can't believe how easy this is going through here. You know what? After the last 2 weeks, I deserve a good broadcast. Right, you guys? Poor Mary, she said, Brenda, I had to just turn it off. Plus, she was at work watching, I think, on her lunch hour. She had to turn it off because there was no way that, there goes the other one. Just throw these on. You can kind of like flip them around to make sure if you wanted the, which side when you get it down there. Okay, come on. Also helps if you have a little bit of nails to be able to grab that. Otherwise, like I said, just grab your bent nose are going to be really nice for this too. So here I've got 2 of my flat parts, and I know that I'm going to just kind of do that. So I've got that kind of ready to go there. Let's see if I can show you this way. So I'm taking both of these, and I'm just going to go, let's see, let me get one going first, and then the other one going in there. And did Mike report in on the mayor? The mayor, not the mayor. Okay, so kind of just seat those flat parts right there. This looks sort of amoebic, you know what I mean? It's sort of like almost like teeth or something. At first I was like, do I like this? It's very organic, which is funny because, as I just said, love me some organic. Okay. Pretty cool, hey? And I'm going to grab another 9mm. So obviously these are all, you can see how different all these are. So that's 9-ish millimeter. And this one, there's a little bit more room in here. So make sure you're measuring where you can see that hole, where it's going to orient. So I have a room for a bigger one if I want to find a bigger one. Let's see here. Since we're getting fancy, look at that. That'll fit in there really nicely. So we're going to take that one. Looks like a lot of these have kind of a flat side. So you might want to make sure, when you're putting them down, that the flat side is flat too. If that's, unless you like an aesthetic a little bit different. Again, so I'm taking both these ends and putting them together. It's going to work if you can get pretty close to this. And there we go. And it's coming. Can you see that? This is nice. Nicely. Boom. We got our last 9mm on here. Oh, haha. Okay. So I thought it was the long way. always check your directions. It's fine. And it fits in there. There's a little bit of extra room. So that's okay. And okay, so I'm just going to bring this one through so that I can tie all on one side. It's fun when you do something repetitive because you can like get your instructions better as you go. Okay, so you got your double knot here. So is a double knot the same as an overhand knot? I think so, right? Okay, so now I'm going to just bring this one back over here. There you go. And we're getting to the end, so it's getting a little wiggly. That's the end. Okay, so this is how we finish. And so when in the instructions I tell you to repeat this 2.5 more times. I think you'll be able to get that. You guys are smart. If not, let me know. I need to improve my instructions. And just because this can just be one more thing to show you, I'm just going to take a little bit of this Renaissance wax just to show you. If it's getting a little bit too frayed, just going to get back in there. You don't even want any, you know, and then that'll help you like, and just kind of twist it between your fingers. Sometimes you can just twist 2 by yourself without the wax by yourself. Everything's by yourself, right? Okay. Also helps you pick up a, this is like using the Crystal Katana by our friend, the Crystal Ninja. Okay. Shout out to our Crystal Ninja, Kelly DeFries. All right, now just wait. So this is interesting. Now that I put the wax on, am I going to have as easy a time at this? Nope. It kind of flattened it. So let's see what we can do here. Twist, twist, twist. That is tiny. So I guess what I might say is that before you, because basically you're putting wax on, right? You're adding a product. Here, I did get it to go through, but you might want to just try twisting it first because there is already wax on this product, on this Irish waxed linen, right? So you don't want more wax just building up. I mean, we are talking the difference between trying to get that pearl in or not. All right, one last little guy, and look at that. I got one last tiny little pearl to go on here. And let's see if we can get this one to go through. Oh, yep, simple dimple. There we go. Okay, so since we have these guys right here, remember what we do. We're just going to go through. Right here. Let me just kind of open this back up here a little bit for you guys to see. Okay. So we're going to go through here. Now this design is also contingent on the pearls being bigger than the hole, right? So don't forget that. There we go. All right. So this one didn't really have a flatter side. That's all right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make another double knot. And this, you could even make a surgeon's knot if you wanted. I don't know if you really need to with Irish wax linen. But a surgeon's knot is basically just making a double knot, right? Starting that double knot, but then going through one more time. Who thought of that brilliance, huh? And so I'm just going to do that. And actually that was, I couldn't remember that. So I'm going to double that again and bring that up there. Now, what I try to do, you guys, and as long, you know, here, someone's holding this. So why not do as much as you can? This is always what I said about working on jig, is that if you've got someone holding that, do as much as you can on when the wire is on the jig as possible before you take it off and you have to use your hands again. So I'm just dotting that with just some of this GS Beadalon speed stringing glue. It's actually GS hypo cement, I believe, and that's your beading glue. So let me know if you have any questions, but basically all I'm going to do is just wait till that dries. Ask me how I know, because Miss Impatient here has, even as late, as recently as like a month ago, I just want to get it done so I want to photograph it. Whole knot comes apart. Also, before you put the cement on, you can actually like just go in there and just kind of like take that knot and just work that wax in there, and it kind of helps to seat it, right? I do a lot of seating stuff. It's been a favorite word of mine, actually. So yeah. So now this is the earring that we made today, and because I'm going to do as I say and as I do. Let's see if we can actually see how it works on, but we're going to have some tails. So pretend the tails aren't there. It's kind of cute with this. I mean, this is dark green. I didn't really wear something that would go with it, but look at that. Pretty cute. I have to say, I think the outies, the outwardlies, are the my faves. But maybe you want to show off. Am I freaking you guys out yet? Maybe you want to show off that wire work too, because it kind of looks a little spiny. Right, so here's the innie, and here's the outie. Love it. And here's the earrings I had on. Sharon, how are you, my love? Good to see you. Pearls do go with everything. So I think that went pretty well. Pretty happy with that. Amazing. As I said, I deserved it. Let's kind of go back up to here and just sit and chat for a while. You guys, let's see here. It used to tell me how long I was going live for. Oh, it's 3:02, so I will tell you that I have been live for 1 hour and 2 minutes. And we did a lot of, we repeated that a few times, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, again, I will tell you, kind of scroll up and let's see if I can do this here. I don't think you can. Let's see here. Where did I put that post? So if you want to, this is so cool. If you want to go ahead and register for my blog, my e-blog, please do that. I would absolutely love it to see you and to be in your email boxes a couple times a week. I would absolutely love that. Also, don't forget to go to the shop at, what is it, two? Is it two? Yeah, there's two links in there, and those are both to the craft shop. They're bit.ly little links. The one for Freshwater Pearls has all kinds of different ones. Remember, if you want to repeat what I'm doing today, it's the 4.5 and the 9 millimeters. And yep, time to go. And they look like this on these beautiful cards. This one I used all of them, and these were, I could still remember. I thought I used the last 4.5. They're Earth Jewels brands, and that's what they look like. But there's other ones in there. We're going to be showing you more of those up and coming. So next week, I think we're going to be working on this cool octopus link. It's going to be a big mother link. because we've been working so small. We work in earrings. We're going to do some big mother necklaces. And we are going to be working with, these are some 10 to 12 millimeter freshwater pearls. I think once they get this big, we're going to call them potato pearls, right? But I like that big size. And then we're also going to be working with some check pearls, you guys. I've got, it's going to be pretty much a pearl week, except for the crystals that we're going to be working with for the Lady Gaga piece. So, oh, Mary, you've already downloaded today's project. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Jan. Mwah. All right, so I am off to a doctor's appointment. I hope you guys are keeping healthy, and I want to hear all about your vaccinations and how everyone's keeping safe in your neck of the woods, you guys. You know, I love you. I love spending time with you guys every week. If you do have some time and you're on Instagram, make sure that you come up and let's see, where is that thing? I got to get rid of that. Oh, make sure you join me for a little bit of backstory on this piece. It's called Power to the Gardeners. And let's see here. Where am I? I'm still like not doing everything right. And if you do have a piece that you'd like to get ready for the kids, the lovely Beads of Courage kids, to help them create narratives for what they're going through in their little lives, please do. Please email me, b@brendaschwader.com. I'll put that in the comments here as well. And the hubby necklace. What a show off, huh? I don't always, well, I shouldn't say I don't always let him come on, but he pretty much, if he shows up, I let him come on. So yeah, so do email me if you think that you want to participate and you want to know how you can do that. So, mwah, I love you guys. Thanks for joining me today and being patient with the other broadcasts and things in the last couple of weeks. You know, I love you. We'll see you soon. Next Thursday, 2:00 again. Mwah. Adios.